I wish that we were able to really work out our issues. You know, so I had baggage kind of going into the relationship, and then, you know, it was just a combination of things, but...
It looks like Rozonda Thomas is finally speaking out, and it's what fans have suspected all along. So, what is it? Well, it mostly has to do with her ex, Usher. Word is, Rozonda may have turned down his proposal because Usher might have been playing both sides. Later, things started to make sense when Usher was sued by several people for exposing them to herpes and other STDs, including a male accuser.
Attorney Lisa Bloom filed a lawsuit in California this morning against Usher Raymond for failing to tell people he had a sexually transmitted disease before being intimate with them.
Even his ex-wife made comments that hinted he might be gay. On top of that, his rumored ties to Diddy and silence on the Me Too movement didn't help.
Because this has been going on in the industry for a whole bunch of years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants it to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true.
Suge Knight.
Let's take a closer look. Usher Raymond IV started his career in 1994. Over the years, he gave us many hit songs. But aside from his music, people have also been curious about his personal life. One question that keeps coming up is about his sexuality. Is Usher gay or bisexual? Or is he straight? Different people have shared their thoughts, including his ex-wife and some celebrities. Let's look at what happened and why people are asking this question. In 2011, Usher's ex-wife, Tamika Foster, posted a message on Twitter that made people talk. She said that undercover gay men should wear something like a bright wristband so others can tell who they are. Some people thought she was talking about Usher without saying his name. They believed she was hinting that he might be hiding something. This caused a lot of reaction online. People felt that what she said was offensive. After getting some backlash, Tamika said she wasn't talking about all gay men. She said she only meant men who pretend to be straight while secretly living another life. Still, many people thought her words were meant for Usher.
My face. I am very expressive. I'm not good at hiding my emotions. What you see is what you get. I'm kind of keep it 100. I don't know.
In 2013, actress and TV personality Jenny McCarthy also added to the rumors. During an interview, someone asked her if she thought Usher was attractive. She said yes, but then she wondered out loud if he was really straight. She said guys who look that good and don't date many women sometimes make her question their sexuality. Her comment didn't confirm anything, but it added more fuel to the rumors. Usher's career has been long and successful. He became famous after his second album, My Way, in 1997.
She likes it my way.
The song Nice and Slow became #1 on the music charts. After that, he released more hit albums. His third album, 8701, won him 2 Grammy Awards. Fans around the world loved his music and performance. He became one of the best-selling R&B artists in history. Even with all this fame, his personal life became something the media always wanted to talk about. Some people think that the rumors about Usher being gay or bisexual started because of how he dresses or who he spends time with. Usher is also known to be close to people from the LGBTQ+ community. He also wears fashion that some say does not follow traditional male styles. He is not afraid to wear clothes that are bold or different. Some people take this as a sign that he might be gay or bisexual, even though clothes don't define a person's sexuality. These guesses have no proof, but they still make headlines. Usher has been married twice. Both marriages ended in divorce. His first wife was Tamika Foster, the same woman who made the Twitter post. They got married in 2007. She was 10 years older than him. Before marrying Usher, she had been married to someone else. Together, Usher and Tamika had 2 sons. Their names are Usher Raymond V and Naveed Ely. Even though they had kids and seemed happy at first, The marriage did not last. After 3 years, they divorced.
Because I was starting a family and I was styling him primarily. Most artists want to do business with him, so they feel like they have to choose a side. They feel like, well, I don't want to hire you because I don't want to piss him off.
His second wife was Grace Miguel. She was also his manager. They dated for a few years before they got married in 2015. People thought the marriage might last because they had worked together for a long time. But that didn't happen. Rumors said that Grace wanted children, and Usher did not. That became a problem between them. Also, during that time, some women came forward and said Usher gave them herpes without telling them. This scandal became a big issue and may have added stress to the marriage. The couple divorced not long after.
Because it's been coming up recently that Usher's amazing, but him being my third husband is the least interesting thing about me.
Before and between those two marriages, Usher also dated many women. Some of them were famous. In 1993, he dated Karen Vereen, the daughter of actor Ben Vereen. Then, in 1995, he was linked to the singer Monica. He also dated Brandy Norwood, another famous singer, around the time they made a song together. Then, in 1999, he dated Corinne Steffens, who is a writer. Their relationship lasted on and off for 5 years. After that, he was with Chilli from the group TLC. They dated from 2001 to 2003. That relationship got a lot of media attention. After they broke up, Usher later married Tamika Foster. Other women Usher was linked to include Jennifer Freeman, Naomi Campbell, Keishia Cole, Mimi Faust, Joy Bryant, Pamela Anderson, and a few others. All of this shows that Usher dated many women over the years. That's why some people think he is straight. However, others still wonder about the rumors involving men. Right now, Usher is in a relationship with Jen Goicoechea.
Nice to see you. How are you with your lovely wife? You must be so proud of me tonight. I'm extremely proud.
People started talking about them as a couple after they were seen together at a concert in 2019. Since then, they have had 2 children. Their first child, a daughter named Sovereign Beau Raymond, was born in 2020. In 2021, they had another child, a son named Sire Castrello Raymond. Usher posted a message on Instagram introducing his son. He wrote, "Hi, my name is Sire Castrello Raymond. I am the newest addition to the Raymond crew." He sounded proud and happy to be a father again. Today, Usher has 4 children, 2 from his first marriage with Tamika Foster, and 2 from his current relationship with Jen. He seems to be focused on his music and his family, but that didn't stop the past scandals and rumors from following him.
So I got something for you. Right?
Now, let's talk about the relationship between Usher and Rozonda Chilli Thomas from the music group TLC. They started dating in 2001. At the time, Usher was still young and full of dreams. He had looked up to Chilli for years. He even said he had a poster of her on his bedroom wall when he was just 8 years old. To him, she was a superstar. When they finally got together, it felt like a dream come true. Usher often said he was her biggest fan, and Chilli knew how much he loved her. But even though the love was real, things were not always smooth between them.
We just had differences, and unfortunately, because of sometimes baggage that we all carry, it just didn't work out.
Usher said he wanted to marry Chilli. He proposed to her during their relationship, but she said no. This rejection really broke his heart. He said it made him not want to trust women anymore and made it hard for him to open up emotionally. Even though he knew he hurt her too, he said the pain he felt after the breakup was very strong. He admitted that her saying no made him feel like he wasn't good enough. This deep pain led to him writing songs about heartbreak. His 2004 album Confessions came out after they broke up, and it was full of songs about love, hurt, and betrayal. One of the songs was even called Superstar, showing how important Chilli was to him.
This is for you. It was a relationship that just happened before his time.
There were also rumors that Chilli didn't say yes to Usher's proposal because she felt unsure about him. Some people believed Usher might have been dealing with questions about his own identity. Fans noticed that his sad and emotional songs came out right after their breakup, which made them wonder if there was more to the story. But no one really knows what happened behind closed doors. Usher never confirmed the rumors, and Chilli didn't talk about it either. What's clear is that both of them were hurting. Usher said one of the reasons it didn't work out was because of the strict rules Chilli had for him. He felt like those rules didn't fit who he was at the time. He was young and trying to figure out his life. He said they kept missing each other emotionally. He wanted her to be closer, to be part of his life more, but she wasn't always available. He felt like she didn't believe in his love as much as he did. This made things even harder between them. Chilli also spoke about their relationship in an interview. She said that from the outside, their relationship may have looked perfect, but on the inside, things were difficult. She said Usher had to act a certain way to be with her, and that was hard for him. It was like he was trying to be someone he wasn't. Their love went on and off for years, but in the end, it didn't last. Chilli believed that Usher couldn't give her what she truly needed. Usher later shared that he was serious about loving her and didn't play games with her heart. He told her, "I did everything I thought you wanted me to do, but maybe my best wasn't good enough."
Attorney Lisa Bloom filed a lawsuit in California this morning against Usher Raymond for failing to tell people he had a sexually transmitted disease.
Also, Usher was accused by 3 people who said he did not tell them he had herpes before having sex with them. This became big news because they said Usher should have warned them.
According to the lawsuit, Mr. Raymond, better known by his performing name of Usher, was diagnosed with herpes back in 2009. Apparently, he has never publicly denied it.
The people who accused him were 2 women and 1 man. They all said they had sexual contact with Usher after the year 2012. One of them, a woman named Quantasia Sharpton, spoke out in public. The other 2 chose to keep their names private. The lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles and said Usher was guilty of sexual battery, fraud, and negligence. It also said he caused emotional pain to the people involved. One of the people tested positive for herpes. Quantasia Sharpton said she tested negative, but she still felt hurt. She said if she had known Usher had herpes, she would not have agreed to have sex with him. She felt like her rights were not respected. Sharpton said she met Usher at one of his concerts. It was her 19th birthday, and she said they later met in a hotel. They had sexual contact, but he never told her anything about having a disease. She said he did not contact her again after that night. Even though she tested negative for herpes, she was still upset. She said the experience scared her, and she wanted to speak up so no one else would go through the same thing. A lawyer named Lisa Bloom helped Sharpton with the case. She said people have a right to know if someone they are with has a disease like herpes.
If Mr. Raymond is in fact a carrier of the virus, as these reports state, my 3 clients allege that he violated their rights by failing to warn them prior to having sexual contact with them.
Lisa said, even if someone is famous, they still need to follow the law and tell the truth. She said it was not fair for Usher to keep something like that a secret. The law says a person must tell their partner if they have a sexually transmitted disease.
At least one of my clients has tested positive for the virus and alleges that it was Mr. Raymond who transmitted it.
Lisa also talked about court papers from years ago. These papers showed Usher was diagnosed with herpes around 2009 or 2010. In 2012, he paid $1.1 million to settle a case with another woman who said he gave her the disease. That made people wonder if Usher had done this more than once. Lisa said more people had reached out to her, saying they too had sex with Usher and were not warned about herpes.
A few weeks ago, it was reported that Usher paid a woman more than $1 million in 2012 to settle a similar lawsuit. Usher has not commented on today's lawsuit.
Usher did not say anything to the public about the new accusations. He stayed quiet, and that made some people more worried. Lisa said if Usher tested negative for herpes, he should speak up. But if he was positive, he needed to take responsibility and tell the truth to anyone he had been with. She said people deserve to know so they can protect their health. The people in the lawsuit asked the court for money to make up for their pain and fear. They also wanted the court to make sure that if Usher really had herpes, he would have to tell anyone he was going to be with in the future. Sharpton said she came forward not just for herself, but for others who were afraid to speak. She wanted to stop this from happening again. Besides these legal problems, other celebrities also made comments that made people think. In a 2012 interview, rapper Sean Diddy Combs said something strange. He said that he and Usher used to wake up together. Then he quickly said, "Pause," like he realized it sounded wrong. Fans thought this was odd and started guessing if Diddy and Usher had been more than friends. Again, nothing was confirmed, but people talked about it for a long time.
By Diddy, he was groomed by L.A. Reid, the rest of them too, man.
Usher himself once made a few comments that made fans curious. In a 2010 interview with MTV, he said that bisexual people were great friends. He said this while talking about the music video for his song Lil Freak, which had a lot of sexual themes. In another interview in 2008, Usher talked about how there were fewer men in the dating world and that more women were starting to date other women. These kinds of comments made people wonder what Usher really thought about relationships. In the end, Usher has kept his private life mostly quiet. He didn't talk much about the rumors, and he didn't respond directly to the things his ex-wife or Jenny McCarthy said. He also never explained what Diddy meant in that interview. Instead, Usher focused on his music, his kids, and his current partner.
Nice to see you. How are you with your lovely wife? You must be so proud of me tonight. I'm extremely proud.
In 2001, there were many rumors going around about Sean Diddy Combs and the young singer Usher. People said Diddy may have abused Usher when he was still a teenager. These stories talked about physical abuse and even sexual misconduct. Nothing was proven in court, but the rumors never really went away. People in the music world whispered about strange things going on behind closed doors. Some believed Diddy had too much control over Usher, especially when Usher was still very young and trying to make it in the music business.
He wasn't only groomed by Diddy, he was groomed by L.A. Reid, the rest of them too, man.
Years later, in 2024, former music boss Suge Knight made things even more serious. Suge Knight was once the head of Death Row Records. Now he is in prison for killing a man by running him over. But from prison, he gave an interview on the phone. In that interview, he said that Usher, Diddy, and even Justin Bieber were victims of abuse. He claimed powerful men in the music industry used drugs, alcohol, and sex to control young artists. He said when his artists were with him, they only smoked weed. But after they joined other music labels, they started using stronger drugs like cocaine. Suge Knight told the reporter that once these young artists started using drugs and drinking alcohol, strange and bad things began to happen. He said this is how people like Diddy were pushed into a lifestyle full of pain and confusion. He claimed that someone taught Diddy these harmful things, and that Diddy passed it on to other young stars. Suge Knight even said that Usher was given drugs and alcohol as a kid. He believed that this made Usher easier to control. He also brought up Justin Bieber, saying these things were done to him too. According to Suge, it wasn't about who someone chose to be. It was about using people to have power over them.
Because this has been going on in the industry for a whole bunch of years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true.
Suge Knight, the founder.
The names of some powerful music executives came up during the interview. Suge Knight blamed men like Andre Harrell, Russell Simmons, and L.A. Reid for being part of the abuse and control. But it's important to know that none of these men were charged with any crime. Page 6, the news outlet that reported this, said they could not confirm if Suge Knight's story was true. Still, the things he said made many people feel shocked and worried about how the music business treats young stars. Back in 2014, Usher did something that upset some people. When videos of Justin Bieber came out showing him making racist jokes, Usher spoke up to defend Bieber. He said that Bieber was not a racist and that he was just young and made a mistake. Usher had helped guide Bieber's music career from the start, so he felt the need to speak up for him. Some people agreed with Usher. They said everyone makes mistakes, especially when they're young. But others thought Usher should have been more firm and not make excuses for racist behavior. In 2018, Usher got more criticism, this time for not showing support for the Me Too movement. Many people, especially women, were sharing their stories about being abused or harassed by powerful men. Some fans felt that Usher stayed too quiet during this important time. Others said that he had his own problems with inappropriate behavior, so maybe he didn't want to speak out. Either way, people were disappointed that someone as famous as Usher didn't use his voice to help. There was also a strange moment during Usher's Super Bowl halftime show in 2011. He was performing with the Black Eyed Peas in front of millions of people. But while he was dancing, something went wrong with his clothes. A part of his outfit came loose, and it became a big story in the news. It was not something serious, but it did cause a lot of talk in the media. People laughed or joked about it, but for Usher, it was an embarrassing moment. Looking at all these events, it seems Usher's life in the spotlight has not been easy. From rumors about being abused as a child, to defending Justin Bieber, to being quiet during the Me Too movement, Usher has been through a lot. He is a talented singer and performer, but he has also been at the center of many serious and strange stories. Some people still wonder what really happened behind the scenes, especially when he was under Diddy's control. Many questions are still left unanswered. Suge Knight's words may or may not be true, but they have made people look more closely at the dark side of the music industry. People are starting to ask how many other young stars have gone through similar things. And most of all, people hope that these stories help bring more protection to young artists so they don't get used or hurt by powerful people.